This is episode 7 of the Guest of Honor. Today I have a singer, songwriter, rapper,
Rapper,
director,
director, hood rat.
hood rat. All right, today, who do we have in front? What do you go by, bro?
I am Prado, aka Thicky Bear, aka Bearcat, aka Father Papi, aka a lot of stuff. Masapan Warrior, Duvalin Prince. So yeah, everything. Yeah,
Go by many names.
I go by many names, but Prado is who I go by.
That's how I know you, bro. That's
Yeah.
how I know you. And like, if we were to start from the beginning, the first time I ever listened to Prado, and I'm sure you probably get it a lot, is the song Miss Gonzalez.
I'm moving on, moving on. Yeah,
Banger, bro.
banger.
I remember the first time I heard it, I loved it so much, bro, because it was on YouTube, and
Yeah.
at the time YouTube was still like fairly new, you
Yeah.
know. And I remember watching it, and I saw the spots, and I was like, oh shit, was this like in Delhi?
McConnell. Yeah.
That's when I started feeling. That was like my first almost like exposure to like a 209 artist, because yeah, obviously like at the time like I'm listening to other like musicians and all that, but when I heard you, I heard your sound. I was like, damn, this guy's fucking good. This guy has pipes. And then when I saw the music video, I was like, oh shit, this guy's like local.
Yeah, very, very local. The video looks so very local, very raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like with that being said, what was your first song? What made you even want to become a song like an artist, a singer, a rapper? Like how'd that even come about?
So good question. Okay, so the origins of me, for those who have heard my music before, I originally went by Looney 209. Right, that was just the name I was given growing up in the neighborhood. Looney was the name, right? So and then I was like, okay, something different because I'm sure there was a lot of rappers at that time that went by that name. So I was like Looney 209. I put something, a
Okay.
little spin on it.
When was this?
Oh
What year?
man, the nickname was like teenage years, right?
Okay.
Childhood nickname. But I started getting into music. Man, you know what? Originally, I didn't want to rap. I didn't want to sing. That was not my my goal. I wanted to make beats,
Okay.
and I made music. I used this program back in the days in the Oregon Trail times called Fruity Loops 3. That's when I got into
Oh,
FL3.
shit.
Yeah, Fruity Loops 3.
Damn.
I don't know what number it is now. It's like it's up there, but
It's double digits for sure.
yeah, double digits.
I want to say double digits. Yeah.
Fruity Loops 3, and I started making music with that, and then I made beats, and then one of my homeboys was like, hey, like, I know people that rap, like my older brother, his homies, blah, 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 they rapped, and I was like, okay, try to use one of your beats. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And then I got linked up with those dudes, and then it turned into, fast forward, I was in Turlock at the studio, and there was these gangster rappers at the time, and I was like, hey, I just make beats, and I was in the studio helping out, kind of. I would guess it would be kind of producing now. It would be considered
Okay.
producing, like, no, that doesn't sound right. Do this, do this. So what happened was, I had this hook. Say, hey, you think you can write a hook? Yeah, I'll write a hook. To me, I can write too. I was like, I'll write a hook, but that wasn't my
Yeah.
goal. And this girl's gonna come in and sing the hook. Boom, I wrote the hook, and I guess it didn't turn out like. I guess she tried it, and I was like, no, you gotta sing it like this. The hook was swerving side to side. Something. Oh fuck.
Oh man, already sounded
Something.
good.
It was called Swerving, the song.
Sick.
And I was like, no, you got to do it like this, do it like this. And they're like, you know what? It sounds dope. Can we just keep your vocals? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck it, keep the vocals. You want to rap to it? I was like, I don't know. I was like, fuck it, I'll write something. And I wrote something and I rapped it like, what the fuck? I was, oh shit. I was like, oh, and then that's when it was born. I was like, you know what? Maybe I could give this shit a try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it all started. And then from then I started progressing into rapping and I didn't even get into vocals until like a couple years after. So
Yeah, I was gonna say like when did you realize that you had a voice for singing?
the
Because
the vocal part. So I linked up with my boy Julio the third.
okay.
That's the big brother right there. So
Yeah.
we started rapping together, and he goes, dude, like you need to fucking sing. Like, you got pipes. And I was like, nah, shut up, be quiet. You fucking make my head big. It's like, no, I'm being serious. Like, you got, and I was always kind of like shy. I was like, nah, it's not. Because, comparing, like, when I'm singing and comparing to, like, I don't know, I would compare it to, like, greats. Like, I'm not at that level. I'll never be at that. That's crazy.
Right.
But I found my own lane, and he goes, no, you seriously should consider more singing. And then I took that advice years later more serious. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dabble into some R&B, into some rock, and put more melodies in my songs.
Right.
And I think my second project, I started heavily doing more melodies, and that's like when you got Miss Gonzalez and.
And how long were you in like the music scene when you dropped Ms. Gonzalez? Like what? That was like 4 years?
For Miss Gonzalez? Oh,
yeah.
so, okay, so how long was I doing music? I want to say the first project I ever did was called Chunky But Funky, and that was under my name, Looney 209. That, I can't release that on Spotify and other places because there's like copyright violations.
Okay.
Because we did sample Sneaker Pimps, I believe, and a bunch of other songs we sampled, and so that one is on
YouTube?
Bandcamp.
Okay.
So for the world out there, if you want the original project, Looney 209, Chunky But Funky on Bandcamp,
Okay.
you can find that there. And and then I want to say, 2 years later, I was working with Beats and Broccoli. It's another homeboy of mine,
Beats and Broccoli.
and he made beats. He's out of Winton.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he made beats, and that's when we dropped. Originally, it was different, and that's where we got Miss Gonzalez and a bunch of other songs where I'm singing, and we focus more on singing, melody, hooks, and rapping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When and this was all happening like during high school?
This was, man, I think 2008 or 2010. I dropped that one.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ms. Gonzalez one?
Miss Gonzalez, yeah.
Damn. All right. So Ms. Gonzalez drops. I mean, I'm telling you, that's when I first started like that's when I first heard of you, you know? I know doing it before. But I guess after that, like what made you pursue it? Like actually attempt to be like, okay, this is something that I can like try, you know? Like did you find your community? Was it hard to find a community, especially like in Delhi? Like how was the scene like for you as far as music?
The music scene in the 209 was very much alive before my time, and that was, I grew up listening to rappers from Merced, from the Central Valley 209 area, and that's like the Killer Valleys and the Minority Militias, and like I listened to all of them. They were from Merced, they were from this whole area, and I was in high school at the time. I was like, dude, I wish I could make beats for these guys. Like it would be dope, and then it kind of dropped in nothing. And then I came out with some stuff. There was projects here and there, but it wasn't. There was a underground hip hop music scene that was pretty strong and prevalent in Merced too, and that's how I got to know a lot of people in the area, like the Third and Cobalt 45 and Squad Lid and learning. Meeting those people, and they were pushing an underground hip hop movement. It was going pretty strong. As a matter of fact, in Merced, they had hip hop shows called Tacos and Turntables.
Oh, okay. That's what like S9's doing now.
And it was at that little enchilada shop right there across the street from the theater, where it has a 7-Up
Oh yeah,
sign.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing it over there.
I remember I went to a few of those shows. It was dope.
Oh, sick.
And but anyways, what was the question?
So
Sorry,
as far as the music scene was active at the time for you. I'm saying like as far as your community, how was it like finding like those artists that you mentioned, like the Third, and Squalid and all these people? Like how were you able to find them? Like how do these people even or find you?
So I would say my avenue would have been through the Third. Like he put me on a lot of game, and he taught me a lot and introduced me to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I would have never known if I didn't get introduced to that. Like, and he showed me the ropes, definitely. But after that, I dropped. Originally, it was different, 2010 or 2008, that era. And then I dropped. Like, I just fell off. I was always into music. I always wanted to continue to pursue music. But it was like like a dark time. I was like, man, I was just going through it, roughing it up, and just I was just surviving, living life.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way, and I want to say the bug hit me again. I was like, dude, I'm not. When you are a naturally creative person and you are not creating, you slip back into darkness, in a dark space, and you just feel like unaccomplished.
Yeah.
You just feel like, man, I want to do something. I need to do something. And then I said, fuck it, I gotta I gotta do something.
Yeah.
And and then I go back, I link back up, and the third introduces me to a famous Pokemon master, Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah,
Famous Pokemon master.
famous Pokemon master, engineer, engineer genius, Aaron. And so I met with him, and we started doing working on some stuff. Hey, let's work on some stuff. I got a studio. I got a homie that has a studio. I was like, all right, cool. So
Yeah.
and I met Aaron, and fucking boom, clicked. It was
Chemistry.
just like chemistry. He's like, dude, let's do something. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
fucking down. I want to get back into it. So we started working. I want to say 2018, 2019.
Was that when we shot that music video with Bacon?
We shot that video.
What was the song called again? You, Bacon, and Nando. You and
It was
Always.
called It's Like That.
It's Like That. There we go.
It's Like
Yeah.
That. Man, when did we shoot it? Was that before the COVID?
It was during COVID.
It was during COVID. Huh?
Yeah.
So I want to say 2017.
No, it was before COVID. Yeah. It was like right before COVID hit.
2019 then.
I want to say, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the album got dropped in 2020.
Okay.
But it was 2000, maybe 17, 18, and then I just started working. We started working, me and Aaron just making stuff, just creating, and then that's when Aaron started plugging me in to other local creatives.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, who's this guy? This guy's fucking bad. He got fucking good photography and editing skills. And then I started meeting this other badass artist. You might know him. He goes by Joel Aguilar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I was like,
I
man.
think I heard of him.
You think you heard? Yeah, I think you heard him. And
He's
I
done
was
like a couple
He's a
murals.
badass artist. And I was like, okay. And I started seeing. I got more motivated because I said, dude, creativity is alive and well.
Yeah.
It's growing again.
At the time, bro, when we shot that music video,
Yeah.
that's when Joel did his first mural in Livingston.
Yeah. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, and then when the Always Fernando had his verse, that was like part of the footage that I captured when
Yeah.
Joel was painting
Yeah.
the mural. That was like one of the first murals that he ever painted, and
Yeah.
that was cool, bro. I like the whole concept too because I remember when you brought it up. I love how you decided to use the agriculture in
Yeah.
Livingston.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, whenever you shoot a music video, a lot of people at the time wanted to go to like a city, or they wanted somewhere busy. They thought more about like, if I'm gonna create a music video, I want the background to look cool. And then I like how you approached it as like, we're in Central Valley, we're in
Yeah.
Livingston, let's shoot in areas that's like open space, and it was literally in the fields.
Yeah. I always loved minimalist styles. Like I love clean, minimalist, the less the better, but like perfectly centered or off center. Just like I had that vision. I remember telling you, it's like, dude, you're the chef. Like I know what I want to eat.
Oh yeah,
I know what I want to eat, but I don't know how to cook it. Like,
Yeah.
And you know how to cook it.
Yeah.
And the colors that I remember the sunsets. We got to get the sunsets.
was
That
clean.
shit pops.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
colors pop and
And we had Bacon DJing.
and yeah, that scene with Bacon fucking scratching, that shit was pimp. I was like, damn, that's badass. But for those of you who hadn't seen it, it's called It's Like That. It's on YouTube and shot by yours truly right here.
Yeah, that was sick, bro. Honestly, during that time, when you mentioned that as an artist, that you kind of feel like you need to create, right?
Yeah.
I felt around that time, I felt like I wasn't doing much. I felt like I was barely back on my grind again because I was going through a form of depression too, like similar to around that time. And when you brought it up, like you and Aaron, I love the whole concept. I remember too. We went to Geno's. We talked about the
Yeah.
whole music video, and I was just excited, bro, because I was literally going through like a huge. What's the word? I felt like I lost my identity because I had the studio. I
Yeah,
had the
you
studio right
lose
here in
yourself
360, you know.
when you're not creating and stuff. You lose yourself.
I lost it. I didn't know what I was. I didn't know what I was doing. And then there was some stuff that started getting me back, you know, back on my feet. But when we shot that music video, bro, I was super excited.
Yeah.
I was excited because I was like, sick. I'm gonna shoot a music video in Livingston with Livingston artists, you know, well, people in the 219.
Yeah.
And then also it's like while I was doing this mural,
Yeah.
so it was a cool way to incorporate. And then that was like also a cool like THC project, like a
Yeah.
collab
Yeah.
where it was like Prado,
Yeah.
Aaron, THC. Like that was like one of the early collabs that I remember like
Yeah.
really enjoying. It was super dope,
That
bro.
was it was. I really love that scene with the always
I think
rapping in
he's
front of that mural. That was dope. I love that scene. I love
oh,
Luke's
he got
scene.
down. Yeah, he got down.
That
Yeah.
shit was dope. But I've always thought like you said, people want to go to the city and this and they think like, well, what if we have like space blasters or what if we have like fucking all this crazy ass shit that's way out of budget? And
Yeah.
I like to think the opposite. Is like, what can I do that costs little to nothing but looks great? And
Yeah.
going to the river. Remember when we went under that bridge where we
That
shot
was it.
that?
Yeah.
And I said, I want a green wall. I want a solid color. And I was like, look, the perfect vines by the football field where we
Yep.
filmed Luke. And
Yeah, that was sick,
yeah, that
bro.
was cool. I like
When
that
you
project.
when you make music, bro, what is your target? Like, what is Prado as the artist? Like, how do you describe Prado?
Damn. Okay. So I make music that I want to listen to, that I want to hear. And that last project that we put out called High Sock Music, I wanted to listen to old school West Coast 90s G-funk rap type stuff. And I was inspired by, the stuff I would listen to, like Nate Dogg
Yeah.
and DJ Quick and stuff like that. So that type of music, so I want to make that music because
Yeah.
I like it. And I sure enough, I went and I made that music. The next stuff that I'm gonna drop, oh no, before that one I did the Thicky Bear album.
That was like the summer anthem.
The Thicky Bear one was R&B focused, more heavily R&B. And then I also had a Spanish song on there. I threw that one in there.
That was, bro, no lie, that album was hard.
The Thicky Bear album?
Yeah, that one
Oh,
was hard
thank you.
because that's when they performed at the Better Days, right?
Oh, I forgot what song I performed.
It was,
I performed "Who Do You Love," and that's from
yeah.
High Sock Music.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Don't wanna hear it, bitch. Who do you love?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Banger, bro.
That one that's a summer anthem album.
Yeah.
The High Sock Music.
Okay.
And it's just what I'm feeling. Like, okay, I'm feeling these beats. I want to make R&B. So that's when I made the Thicky Bear album. Before that, when I did the Bearcat album,
Okay. Yeah.
that was the project that we worked on.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I wanted hip hop, but I also want soul and rock
Yeah.
and R&B. And that's when I started dabbling more into R&B because of the Bearcat album.
Yeah.
There are some R&B songs in there. I was like, I'm going to do an R&B project. And now, lo and behold, hopefully by April, we'll have the next project out, Aaron
Okay.
and I. This one is going to be called Asada and Whiskey.
Asada and whiskey.
Asada and Whiskey.
Something
And this
like
is a country album.
No way.
Yep, a country
Bro.
album. It's going to be coming out April. So,
No way.
yeah.
See, one thing that comes to mind when I think about you, bro, is like you're very versatile, because like you said, like you can rap if you need to rap, you can sing, and then on the beats too, you're very capable of like, being able to adapt to that beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's pretty dope, bro. So the country take on it, I don't even know what to
Yeah,
expect, bro.
I'm surprised. I didn't really care for country too much. I mean, growing up, I've heard country here and there. The country that I would like to listen to, that I like, is older country, like
Okay.
90s. There's an artist that's out right now. He's blowing up. He's pretty big, actually. Man, I love his stuff. Zach Top. I don't know if you heard of him.
I'm not really too country.
Yeah. See, I wasn't either, and then I got married, and my wife loves country, so
Okay.
thus by default I have to love country.
Right, right.
But she put me onto some country music, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I listened to some lyrics, and I'm very critical with lyrics too. I like to dissect lyrics or hear what the person's singing about or whatever. And I know a lot of big artists. A lot of them don't write.
Right.
But then if I hear a song that's beautifully written, I say, Dan, who wrote that? And I'll ask her, hey, check who wrote that, and then I'll go and see what other songs that artist wrote or that writer wrote for the artist.
Right.
But
What's the writing process for you?
writing process for me
Do
is
you listen to the music do you listen to the beat first, or do you already come up with it beforehand?
so no, I know there's some people that have notebooks of lyrics. I can't do that. Like I cater lyrics to the song, to the beat. I'll hear the music, I'll write to the music, I'll jam to that music for a day. And then I start humming and I start thinking, okay, that's a good hook for this song. And then whatever I feel that the song's making me feel, I cater to that. It's like, oh, this song makes me feel like, man, I just feel pimp when I hear the song.
Okay.
I feel like I want to just cruise and just, boom, then I start writing about that. I come up with the hook, the melody, just all that stuff. And some's like, oh, this song, I want to talk about something serious. And I start writing about that.
Okay.
So the song dictates the lyrics, and then I that's how I write. It's my writing process.
What's like a so as an artist, how do you stay on that, like, because you've had a couple of EPs already.
Yeah.
How are you consistent and like able to write all those songs? Like, what's like the process for you? How are you able to like finish that album? Like, how are you able to give yourself a goal? Because you said right now, like April, for the new one that you're about to drop. Like, what do you do to stay consistent with that?
I give myself a flexible deadline. Like I want to bring it out but I know I also take in considerations the reality of putting out music. Actually, a lot of people don't understand making music. The easy part, it's not easy, but the easier part is going into the studio and recording it.
Okay.
That's the easier part. The hard part is Aaron putting in hours mixing and mastering and tweaking the sounds and this is why every project that I put out with him, it's not mine, just mine. Half of it is his. It's his project because he's putting
He goes in.
equal or if not more time in the project. So if I get a platinum plaque, he's getting a platinum plaque. Like so it's both of our projects. He's just in the background. But he puts in a lot of work. And mixing and mastering, engineering it's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
People need to understand that it's a lot of work.
Oh no, 100%, bro. I remember seeing it. I remember going to the studio and seeing him produce, and I want to say you were there too, singing, and then just being a part of that like process of just like music being created.
Yeah.
It's very like inspirational, bro, because like you create something out of nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like he's right there either on the keyboard or doing something on the PC, and then you're over there working on your vocals, and it's just like everything getting pieced together. You know, and I don't know. It's music has always been something that I can't go a day without music. I listen to it like when I wake up, and it's throughout the day I have music playing. So like witnessing it and seeing it, it's pretty cool, bro. It's pretty magical.
Yeah, there's sometimes a song or a sound will speak to you, and sometimes I hear a song or I hear a beat, and it just flows like boom, that's it, and it just comes to me, boom, and I will start writing. So I already know what I want to write about. This is about this, and there's been many times. One of the songs that which one comes to mind? Like for the Bearcat album, we were in Aaron's house and he was playing with the keyboard and fucking around. I was, hey, stop, do that again. Like, hey. And then he's like, oh yeah, or I have this beat. I was fucking around with some melodies. Check this out. I was like, wait, what? Repeat that.
Yeah.
Duplicate that, put that over here. Put this and that. It's like, all right, boom, we already have a song. One of them was my boy Tito.
Okay.
Tito from Delhi. He's like that too. He plays guitar. He goes, dude, I got a song. I got a melody.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to his house one day, and he started playing, and then I just started going, la hoo hoo, and I was like, wait, boom, that's a song. That's where we got Catch a Case from Bearcat. I'ma catch a case. I don't know if you heard that one, but so that's how we will create.
Okay.
It's just boom. Sometimes it just hits me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a chore, just to put it out. It's like, okay, this is a good song, but fuck, man, it's work.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. So it just depends.
All right, hold on real quick, bro. I realize that the vinyl player's on.
Handle it.
You hear it? You hear that, Ricky? Is it coming out? All right, we still good, Ricky? Okay, cool. All right, bro. So one thing then, when you mentioned that it feels like a chore,
Yeah.
what do you do so you can overcome that? What do you do so you can like, if you have like a speed bump, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get writer's block. How do you? What's your process to overcome that?
Definitely is, yeah, it's a writer's block for sure. And the only way I've gotten through writer's block, I have to step back. Sometimes I have to step back and just give it time. The writer's block eventually will go away. I think for like 5 to 6 years, I was just in a rut, like writer's block, and I had
Yeah.
no motivation, no inspiration,
Yeah.
and it just comes back. And I was like, "What? Okay." And that's when you gotta attack.
Yeah.
Definitely take a step back. Don't take too long though. Just a day, a week, the most.
Okay.
Take a week. Just relax. Experience things. Go out and experience life. Go somewhere. Do your alone time. Kind of like meditate. Go to the beach. Go to the lake,
Yeah.
and just live. And then hopefully that's enough to recharge you and go back with new experiences.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me write about this instead.
Yeah.
And that's how I would get rid of writer's block. Just give it a break, step back, and live life
Yeah.
for a bit. Yeah.
What's something that I guess like as far as inspiration goes, what kind of like inspires you to write about it? Is it life experience or is it just like you said, like something that you enjoy? Like you're like, oh, this would sound cool. Does Prado come from like interpreting life or is it more of like creating life?
Definitely 80% of my music that you hear is life experience, is directly stories from my life. Like other 20% is it's somebody else's story or I've seen it or it's just or I'm storytelling.
A different perspective.
Yeah, different or I'm storytelling.
Yeah.
And so if you were to go through like my first project with Beats and Broccoli, originally it was different. I go through like ups and downs. Definitely that time period, it was pretty wild. So you'll see their songs were talking about how I would earn a living at the time.
Okay.
How just different things, even going out with friends to a party. There's a song called "It Was Me," like it was me, and where we got it was a story we got kicked out of a club, and I was like, damn, that one was like firsthand experience, like hanging out with my boy when we're at the club and getting kicked out,
Right.
stuff like that. Like there was some definitely, if it wasn't from my life, it was like somebody close to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
If somebody, let's just say like for people that haven't heard of Prado,
Yeah.
what's a good album or what's a good song that they should start with?
Well,
Where do you think they should start if they want to tap in with Prado?
so if you want to go in to just good music to listen to, just to keep you pumped up, surprisingly, a project that I did from that album originally, it was different, is getting a lot of numbers in France and Germany. It was it's the rock song. It's called Hazy Memory Rock Song, and that one just keeps climbing. Like no lie, I checked like yesterday, and it was like 3,800 something
Right.
monthly listeners.
Uh-huh.
But it's from that song,
Uh-huh.
and it's blowing up like in France and Germany and some weird countries out there. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's kind of the second place is United States, so it's
Right.
getting a lot of plays.
Okay.
So that's a cool song that a lot of people love. They go, yeah, I love that song. I have that on my workout playlist.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and it's one that gets you pumped up.
Yeah.
Definitely the project. If you want some summer vibes, High Sock Music.
Okay. Yeah. High sock music.
High Sock Music. Yeah. The Bearcat album is a good mixture of some soul rock and hip hop. And what's another? I did it. There's like a little secret EP. It's out there on Spotify,
Okay.
and it's called El Amor EP. And if you're going through some times, some heartbreaks, El Amor EP is a good one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this day and age, obviously, social media is something that we have to really, focus on in order for us to kind of like get ourselves out there and other people to see what we're doing. Other than you being a artist and songwriter, you also like to make skits.
I like to what?
Make skits. Like you're over here making. You also make videos.
Skits. I
You know?
thought you said I like to make kids. I'm
No,
like,
no.
what? I mean,
No,
yeah,
no.
I like to make kids, but I don't have no kids. But
No, skits. So you be making like skits. Like, is that something else that Prado is about too? Like, is that something you want to like avenue into as far as comedy?
so okay,
'Cause-
it's funny that you mentioned that.
Uh,
For like the past 2 years, I've wanted to enter that space,
Okay.
but I don't know how. And I even looked online how to tackle that, like even stand up, like
How to get into comedy?
how to get into that. And
Uh-huh.
I've always loved comedy, even
Okay.
as a kid growing up. Like, I come from, like, I have family members and all my inner circle, like, they're fucking hilarious people.
Yeah.
And one of my uncles, he passed away years ago, but he was one of the funniest dudes I've ever known. And I even would tell him, like, dude, why don't you, like, how do you get onto Mad TV? And how do you, like, you should try that shit,
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know, Mad TV was a show back in the 90s.
Better than SNL.
Yeah, it's pretty
sure.
funny, but I thought to myself, I always gravitated towards that. One day I would love to not do like stand up. I would love to learn it,
Right.
just to know, but make skits and videos. And I have a
Yeah.
bunch of ideas that I want to just execute. But for one reason or another, life gets in the way. But there's the one skit that we worked on together. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I have to do it. It's burning my head. I got to get it out.
Yeah.
And
The
that
gasoline
one got a lot of people love that one.
The gasoline one did numbers.
To this day, people is like at work, like, hey man, I saw that shit was fucking hilarious. Like, yeah, but
Bro, that was crazy. That was crazy because not only did we do it in public,
yeah,
but like it was just funny like seeing it because I was recording it. You know.
yeah,
So you really had to like play the role, bro. One thing about you too is that you get into character.
yeah.
You're pretty good at getting into character. So I feel like if you wanted to do comedy, you could, and you can also.
I would love to. I would love to make films.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have the capability of doing it, but I'm sure it's a lot of work. It's very time consuming,
Yeah.
and people don't understand that's like, one scene is like several takes.
Bro,
It takes
yeah.
a lot, and editing is, editing is its own animal. Shout out to anybody that edits film. You already know that shit's crazy. That shit's wild.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro. 5 minutes. You edit that shit. That shit. When we did the horror film, it was only a 5-minute video,
Yeah,
and yeah, that took us a whole month, bro. So
exactly. A whole month for 5 minutes.
the setup and everything. So no, that's something on its own. I think you could. I mean, honestly, bro, you have that director mindset.
Yeah,
Like you said,
yeah.
you're you know what you want to eat already.
Yeah,
I
know what I want to eat, but sometimes I don't know how to cook it. And you might be the perfect chef to help me cook the meal. I might show me a tip how to do this, and then, okay, and then maybe I can learn.
Yeah.
But definitely, I will be putting more stuff out before this year is over. Before 2025, I want to put at least 2 more things out,
Yeah.
like comedy skits, because and the longer I wait, somebody's gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that really, like, if I see things like I was literally thinking of that and I see it out there,
And
it's
it's
like,
done.
damn, I can't hate on the person
Yeah.
because I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I wanted to do that same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe a little different.
Yeah.
But
What do you say to that, bro? How do you go? Because everybody has a busy life. Everybody has their own thing going on. So how do you juggle being like an artist
Yeah.
and also being a husband
yeah.
and then going to work and everything?
It's
What's it like?
it's not easy. You have to love it. You have to want to really do it.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing something that you really love, long hours, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but it's not. It doesn't beat you down. Like, you're excited to do it. When I first started doing music, and I was with the third, we were doing music. We would legit pull all nighters, and it was like, fuck it, you want to pull all nighter? It's like, yeah, let's do it. And I would go home 6 a.m. driving home. My fucking head hurts.
Damn.
Headache, because we're just
singing.
fucking singing, doing music all fucking night. But I loved it. This shit was badass. It was a rush. Just going home and then bumping what we just made.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's just a great feeling, and you're addicted to that. You just want to keep making more and more. So it doesn't become so much of a chore
Yeah.
if you're really into it. And if it becomes a chore, step back
Yeah.
and and see what you're doing. Why are
Yeah.
you doing it? Do you really want to do it? Do you really love this?
Mm-hmm.
If it's a labor of love, then you're not working, right? So
Yeah. No, that's
yeah.
true, bro. So what's the goal here? What's Prado trying to do?
The goal for Prado, I want to be able to live off my music, which is it's a high goal, but
Right.
hopefully one day I can get there where I'm living off making music.
Yeah.
If not that, film or pursuing something. Or I don't want to work. Nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
I want to create. I want to get paid to create.
Yeah.
Whether it's through music revenue, whether it's through film, something. But
Yeah.
I feel I'm happier when I'm creating.
Yeah.
Work is just I'm working just to provide so I can create.
Yeah. No, I like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Is there any advice that you would give for somebody who is trying to start in the music scene from everything that you learned?
Oh yeah, man.
What's some advice that you would give somebody like starting off?
If you're starting out and making music, do it. How can I say it? Don't do it. Don't follow a trend so much. I know there's trends in music. It's called genres. You follow this genre, you're gonna do this genre. That's fine. But don't try to be like someone else. Just do it because how you feel. Like you're gonna have influence,
Yeah.
and people are gonna hear that influence in your music. But don't go out and be that person. Just
Yeah.
do your own thing. Stay true to yourself, pretty much, when you're doing music. Don't try to sound like Tupac. Yeah.
Nah, like honestly, bro, when you sing, I don't think of anyone else other than you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, like
Yeah.
like just thinking about it, when you sing, it's like that's Prado.
Yeah.
Even if I haven't heard like a song that I haven't heard of Prado, like once I hear you sing, I'm like, oh, that's Prado.
Yeah.
So I think as far as like having your own style,
Yeah.
I can definitely sense that with you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely have influences, like big influences that help me. I guess I want to not so much emulate them, but some people hear, oh, I hear this person and this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thank you. I take that as a compliment. I was going for that type of vibe, but not so much copying the person. But I wanted that type of vibe, and but I'm doing it my own way.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, bro. What's some advice that you would give a young Prado? Like,
The young Prado,
Yeah.
man. You be tighten up, stop fucking around, get your shit together, but keep doing your music. Like, I wish I had that inspiration where somebody say, "Hey, like, keep going." When I started doing music, I might as well thought that made a goal to go to Mars, like, because it seems so impossible, especially
So
being from
distant.
the area that we're at.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing people started getting recognition, but they usually move away and
Okay,
they get
yeah.
recognition.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this fool's from like a small town similar, and he's making waves, or
Yeah.
especially with film and stuff like this. Like, dude, it's very much possible. It's
Yeah.
just you just have to work at it. It's very much possible.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised now seeing, like, I've been doing my music now for a while, and I see the traffic slowly going up.
Yeah.
Like I said, in France and Germany and Switzerland and Poland, like, what the fuck? Like,
Why are
they
they
love
tapping in?
they love Hazy Memory,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. But I'll say, okay, I started to see the traction is starting to go, and hopefully they love that song and they want to go back. So let me see more of this Prado character. So what's this
Yeah.
about? And they start going into more, and then maybe one day I don't have to work anymore. But like, you know what? I'm out. I quit,
Right.
and just live off music and creativity.
So what would you tell Prado then?
I would tell Prado, stop fucking around.
Okay. Yeah.
Continue. And I was going, like I said, there was that break in a period in my life where I wasn't doing shit. I was just floating,
Right.
being a turd. And I said, I would tell Prado, stop being a fucking turd.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be ups and downs in your creativity, but push through it. If not, don't take fucking 5 years, 6 years off.
Right.
Take a week off.
Yeah.
Get back to it.
Yeah.
Kick them in the ass.
Damn. I like
Maybe
that,
it would have
bro.
been a different point now. You know, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Honestly, everybody says that, but I find it like the timing, unfortunately, sometimes it isn't right, you know? Sometimes the wrong people leaves to make room for the right people.
And I also see it that way. Like it's the timing, everything works out great because then I get to meet great creative people that I would have never met before. Like
Yeah.
maybe I would have seen you walking around, pass you by in Geno's, and I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
FYI,
sure.
shout out to Geno's. For
Livingston
those of
staple.
Geno's is a staple in Livingston.
Livingston staple, bro.
I love their wings.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I have to admit, I grew up on the Jura side of the river.
Ooh.
For those of you who know, Delhi and Livingston, there was a rivalry for years. And, north side of the river, you went to Juras in Turlock.
Mm-hmm.
And we grew up Juras. And south of the river, you go to Geno's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I firmly believe, you could not get me out of my head, like, nah, Juras is better.
Uh-huh.
And then I started getting introduced to Geno's, like, fuck, Geno's is pretty bad.
What did it for you? What
So,
made you go
My
to the Gino
critique
side?
back in the day for Geno's,
Was the
it's
pizza.
not the wings were fucking small.
Okay.
Their pizza was better.
Okay.
I was like, fuck, man, Geno's has great pizza.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, they're like a family rivalry, and they have the same recipe,
Similar.
similar recipe.
Right.
But Geno's wings are fatter.
I've actually had those. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger.
They're fatter wings, but then Geno's, their wings got fatter. And so now everything was made right in the world, and so now I'm strictly Geno's.
Now Gino's, huh?
That's Geno's.
What's your go-to order at Gino's?
Probably
go-to,
like 12
bro?
hot,
Okay.
and I'll split a pizza with my wife. We'll get a small pizza and
Yeah.
pepperoni. I strictly stick to pepperoni. Some people love meat pizza or whatever. Nah, I keep it classic. Wings and pepperoni.
Yeah?
And
Okay.
fries, and that's it.
I'm not a. You know what, bro? I'm not a big fan of. There's Aguilar pizza. It
hell's
has. I mean, I don't know if that's the name, but they have a pizza that has salsa verde and chorizo
At Geno's?
at Gino's.
I might have to try it. I've
Yeah,
never
bro.
tried that. But see, I don't stray from my order.
Oh, okay. Well, freaking Joel put me on, bro, because we went to Gino's.
Yeah.
His family and I went to Gino's to celebrate something. I forgot what it was, and his dad ordered the pizza, and then I was just like looking at the pizza. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell is this? You know? And then they were like, no, try it, and it's like literally, bro, it's like salsa verde and chorizo, and it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not like something that I would order again.
I was just gonna say that. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't sound nasty, but it's not gonna be my go-to.
Nah, bro,
My
nah.
go-to is just pepperoni cheese.
Yeah. Do you mix it? Do you know how like it's like almost like a thing that everybody does where they add the cheese, the hot sauce, and then like
Mandatory.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Okay.
The Geno's hot sauce and the cheese and
yeah.
fuck. I'm getting
Shout out to
hungry.
Geno's,
Shit,
bro.
my
Shout out
mouth's
to
watering.
Geno's, bro. I fucking love Geno's.
Shout out
I-
to Geno's.
That's literally how we met, bro. That's literally how all of our ideas came together. Was like, all right, let's go to Geno's and talk about it.
Yeah, Geno's is like it's like the headquarters. It was like the creative headquarters because
Creative headquarters, bro.
one day I was throwing this out to my buddies. I
Uh-huh.
said one day I would love to open up a Geno's in Delhi. Even franchise it. I'll franchise that shit. Geno's. That's how much I love Geno's. I would open it up in Delhi. Geno's Delhi.
Yeah, shout out to Geno's, bro.
But we used to have our Geno's.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Casey's Pizza. Rest in peace, Casey's Pizza. It burned down.
Oh goddamn.
But
Never
they
tried
were all
it.
the same family.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. All right, bro. With everything that we said, is there something that you wanted to say that you thought about coming over here? On the drive over here, was there something that you were like, I need to get this off my chest. I need to let the world know.
You know,
I need to let the 209 know.
what I want, fuck, now you got me thinking about pizza and I'm hungry. So, okay, so what I wanted to say, yeah, definitely. Like, I wanted to inform everybody, like, hey, go check out this music that I've been making. I literally have a song for every type of mood you can think of. If you were to just go to Spotify or Apple Music and put Prado and just put shuffle,
Yeah.
dude, I got a catalog that's like, I even surprised myself. I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, there's a lot of songs that I got.
Yeah.
For every mood, if it's like hip hop or R&B or rock or Spanish, and speaking of that, that might be the next one after the country.
Spanish?
My wife said you got to do a Spanish one. I was like, you know what? I might do a Spanish one, but
That would be dope, bro.
Yeah, just want to say check out a local artist that has some pretty good music that you can vibe to.
I like that.
It's usually it's kind of tough, especially locally. It's tough to get a lot of people behind you. Sadly, the support is from outside of your area.
Right.
It's never really in the inside of your area, and that's like I always thought that was kind of odd.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to interpret that honestly, because I feel like, yeah, the people that saw you grow up, see you grow up, and now they see you being this new person that they probably never were aware of. So it's like I don't want to see this. I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like I don't want to see this person do better, or I don't want to see
It's
this person.
odd, yeah. And I'd always thought for me, I thought it was weird. Like, what the fuck? Like, hey, like I'm doing this, and if I suck, let me know. Like, I understand. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the fucking Prado's trash or Looney Tunes whack.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, let me know so I can like step back. Like, hey, what the fuck am I doing? Analyze. But if not, check it out. It's not gonna hurt you to go check through the catalog, and you might find one song
Yeah.
that you absolutely love and put on the playlist, and that's good enough for me. Okay, cool. Some people love the Hazy Memory Rock song. Some people love Miss Gonzalez. It just depends. Like, put on the playlist and leave it there.
Yeah.
That's cool. And that's how I can generate some income off of that. That's awesome. But
Yeah.
give local artists a chance. It's not gonna kill you. You might find something you like. 90% of the shit you might not like.
Yeah.
But there might be that
Might be
10%. So yeah, just check it out if you get a chance. And
Where can they find you? Where could they find your socials, and where could they find your music at?
so I got 3 websites that you can just Google, and it's just a link to the same one of the. You can see all the socials like Prado.live. You can also go to chunkmediagroup.com.
Oh wait, hold on. God damn, bro.
Oh,
They got a
damn,
whole ass
something you got.
high-speed chase going on.
Yeah, so there's chunkmediagroup.com, Prado.live, and also toysfortortas.org.
Damn, that's still up?
Yeah,
Toys
that's
for
still
Tortas.
toysfortortas.org.
Okay. Alright.
Well, we did a skit for that one too,
Yeah, I
for
remember
that
that one,
for that
yeah.
project.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I just remember that we did a skit for that.
That
You
was
were
a
the
hazy dream,
CEO,
bro. That was a hazy
CEO of the
dream,
Toys
bro.
for Tortas.
Pull up to the office. That was like the first time I think I was in front of camera.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like very, very, very like still nervous about having
Yeah.
the camera in front of me.
yeah, yeah.
So that was
You
fun.
pulled it off. You pulled it off. You made a great CEO. I think your name was Elver
I don't know.
Galanga.
That's hell.
Yeah, that was your name, Elver Galanga.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got. I'll put that on here.
Yeah.
So people can watch it.
But what is it saying? For finding love for lonely tortas in need, from something to heavy set wives and everything in between. Pun intended.
You know what's crazy is that you kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna say that you were like the one that coined the term, but now it's like very common
I
to say
noticed that.
Before it wasn't, bro. When you first brought it up to me, I
Yeah.
was like, torta. What is that? What does that mean? But now I'm like, even on TikTok, bro, that's like a common phrase.
I realize that it's big now, that term, and
Yeah, common term now.
yeah, it's very very like I used it even growing up. Like we knew what a torta was, but before that it wasn't big like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Well, torta is more of people are saying that now it's like you should call them pan dulce instead of tortas.
tortas,
Yeah, like they want to go by pan dulce and pan dulce instead of tortas. Now.
pan dulces. So it depends. It depends. You cannot be so tortas can be the heavier set women.
Full body.
How what?
Full body.
Full bodied, is that the term? Full bodied women.
Yeah.
Which I don't discriminate. Like
Yeah.
Big Pun says, I regulate every shade of the ass.
Right. Yeah.
But heavier set women, no, full bodied women
Okay.
are known as tortas, right? Pan dulce. I feel like you have to earn that title of a pan dulce because a
Damn.
pan dulce is very sweet. They're full bodied breads. They also look very appetizing, right?
Right.
So
Well, I mean, I love tortas. So I'm a big fan of
So the
tortas.
term for a pan dulce, I have a term that a lot of my friends, we call them gordibuenas. I don't know if you heard of that, gordibuenas.
Okay.
They're heavier set,
Right.
cute and that gordibuenas,
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong,
Yeah.
Shout out to all
shout out to-
women's sizes,
Yeah.
I don't
no,
discriminate.
We don't discriminate here. Not at all. All right,
I
cool,
mean,
bro.
I do discriminate. I'm married. I'm a married man, so I discriminate now because I have my wife and I'm happily married.
Okay.
Women,
Yeah,
stay out
happily
of my
married.
DMs, please.
All right, cool, bro. Well, I mean, with all that being said, man, thanks for coming on today, bro.
Hell yeah,
And I
appreciate you
appreciate you,
inviting me.
bro. I look forward to listening to the new EP. I look forward to like hearing that sound, and hopefully we can
Yeah,
collab in the future, bro.
definitely. Asada and whiskey. Keep an eye out for that. Aaron and I are gonna be dropping that. Hopefully by April.
Cool,
You know, the latest, maybe May, maybe the latest, but it'll be a good summer album.
dope,
Yeah.
cool, bro. All right, guys. Cheers. Appreciate you coming
Cheers.
by, bro.